You don't have this under control. You manage it as best as you can, but there are times where it will sort of wash you away, and you've just got to hold on and trust that you will come back and it will be okay. When I'm currently 46, I got diagnosed with arthritis only last year. I was talking to my GP and I said, this pain thing is really, really starting to wear me down, and it affects my anxiety and it's affecting my ability to exercise, which impacts my mental health. So I saw a rheumatologist who was a real leader in his field, and he ran, a huge number of tests, and I got diagnosed with arthritis. It made me feel like I wasn't a fraud, that all this time, if the right tests had been done and people had spent time listening and looking, that they could have found this. I also, with the chronic pain, will get a type of dermatitis on my hands and feet, which is extremely irritating and can be painful, and I get little blisters with that as well. And it sounds the opposite of everything I've said. I don't want this to be my identity, and it's not my identity. Like, I am great at karaoke, even if there's not a karaoke bar. I'm a dog lover. I am a fabulous dresser. There's so many other parts of me than just that, and I don't want it to overtake me. I don't want to become just red and spiky all over. I'll preface this by saying I actually went through one of the hardest periods, just coincidentally, over the last few weeks, that also led to an additional diagnosis of fibromyalgia. But I was really focused on the artwork almost as like a little light at the end of the tunnel. It was such a good opportunity to put how I was feeling as this internal battle happened. So you'll see I've actually turned the canvas around. I've used the back of the canvas rather than the front, and then I put art paper in the back of it and secured that. So I think for me that was symbolic of that internal, that cover up, that non-visible disability. And now I look back and think, my gosh, I think that this is something that's been building up for years and years, and I've never actually gone, you don't have this under control. You manage it as best as you can, but there are times where it will sort of wash you away, and you've just got to hold on and trust that you will come back and it will be okay. I would like people who experience chronic pain to say, I can relate to that. That gives me a word or a language or a symbol that represents their pain, or that they can relate to, how another person's feeling. And then for those who don't, for them to recognize just how powerful it can be behind the scenes, behind the skin, for invisible disability.